Hi everyone. Today just thought I'd do a different video than I usually do. Usually I just do videos over sports cars and all that and try to keep different things out of my videos, but due to what is till today, I figured I'd do a little video on it. Maybe I'll reach out some people that's still on the fence somehow about voting today. And maybe help get some clarification. First off, start off. I'm not a registered Republican. I'm not a registered Democrat. I'm a registered Libertarian. I don't really support either party. I think they're both just go for. It's weird how people can go in with money, but quadruple their salary while they're in office and be there for 30, 40 years and do nothing to help the American people, like what happened with the hurricane. People got $750 a piece. Okay, we sent, I'd have to look at the number, but I want to say it's over $4 billion in aid to Ukraine and other places to help them, but we're not helping our American citizens. We're not doing anything for our veterans when they come back. Not addressing the opiate problem in America, not addressing the other drug problems in America, not addressing the mental health issues in America, helping people get the proper help they need on that. But push that to the side. I want to do this video over people go out and vote today, and when you vote, vote for the whoever you vote for. Stand on their principles. Don't vote for the other person because you don't like the way someone sends out mean messages. Don't vote for someone just because they're a woman. That's stupid. This is deciding who's supposed to be the spokesperson for our country, not a. I know it's a popularity contest because the person with most votes wins, but not. We're going to elect someone because of their gender. That's not what our founding fathers would want. To let everyone know where we're at with this, yes, my family is voting for Trump because everyone knows eyes in the oil field, okay? Last 4 years under Joe Biden, let's see, inflation's ridiculous. It shouldn't cost almost $1,000 a month for groceries for my family. Give or take some. Not the exact dollar, but it's ridiculous. You go to Walmart, you're going to spend no less than $150, $200 on next to nothing. So inflation is ridiculous. Let's see, what else? Yeah, price of oil now is not enough to make it where companies drill. Company I worked for went out of business just because it's just not possible right now. Under Trump, oil was about $60, $70 a barrel. Gas was $2 or less a gallon. I was making money. People could afford to fill up their gas tank. Gas now, I believe oil's still low. I'd have to look online and see what the West Texas Intermediate is. But oil, I believe, is low, but gas prices are high. The gas prices we have right now are where it should be when oil's at $100 a barrel and everyone's drilling. But I need to say, okay, that's a little rant on that. But also, people can't afford to live right now in this economy we've had for almost 4 years. And the person running against him has said, well, whenever she gets elected, she wants to fix all these things. What has she done in the last 3.5 years to fix these things? I'll be honest with everyone. I forgot about her after Joe Biden got elected. I forgot that Kamala Harris was even the vice president for a while. You never seen her. And then now, she wasn't even elected as the Democratic nominee. They appointed her. That's not right. That's not how this stuff is supposed to be. She has made her whole statements on talking about don't vote for him. He's this and that and this and that. But she never says what she's going to actually do to fix anything. Okay, she stood behind the policies that has got our country in the way it is now. I feel bad for my kids whenever they're legal age to work and all that. And whenever they eventually do get moved on into their own lives. It's ridiculous. No one can afford to live right now. And honestly, I think if Kamala did get elected, it would be worse than it is now. She stood behind wrongfully convicting people. Her accent changes depending on what part of the country she's giving a speech in. But that's, doing the same thing that she's doing with Donald Trump, so I'm not going to get on that. But then again, if you want to vote for Kamala, go ahead. That's the great joys that we live in this country. We can do is vote for who we want to support us. Trump was in office, could afford to buy groceries. I could afford to pay my bills, which I can still afford to pay my bills, but had extra money left over after paying my bills. It didn't cost, in a Chevy Malibu, it shouldn't cost, granted I live in Oklahoma, gas prices are cheaper, but it just shouldn't cost almost $50 to fill up a little car. My cousin, his truck, his Duramax, last time he filled that thing up was whenever Trump was in office, because now it will cost well over $100 for him to fill up his truck. Vote for the person that has the policies that you stand behind. Trump's wanting to take away tax off overtime, tips, Social Security, all that. That's because that's money that's not guaranteed. A lot of jobs, 40 hours a week is guaranteed, but at some they're not. Like the one I'm doing now with the weather, 40 hours a week is not guaranteed. Okay, overtime's not always guaranteed at jobs. Why should you have to get taxed on your overtime and everything else? He's wanting to lower taxes back down again. Inflation back down to 3%. I can't give you the number right now off the top of my head, but it's a lot higher than 3%. I support the policies that he stands behind and the things he was doing when he was in office. Which, I even thought that the whole tweet and things, which was in his first term, not needed, because he's a representation of our country. And it's just one of those things, but now he hasn't been doing that. He hasn't been, as people say, personally attacking people that he's running against. He's done his whole running state on his policies and how he wants to fix things. Or you can go the other way. Vote for someone that has stood behind the country going down for the past 3.5 years, which it hasn't always been perfect, but it hasn't been this bad. Stand behind this stuff for the last 3.5 years that did not take a stand against it to make it any better. That is part of a government that has treated people coming in here as foreign refugees illegally, came into this country and treated them better than our own people. That's not how this was supposed to be. And there's different ways to do things. I know several people that came to America that has got their citizenship, that has done things the correct way. They're paying taxes, that are doing everything as an American citizen. Which this isn't a rant on that, which people say whatever they want. If it sounds a certain type of way, and it could be further from the truth, because my family is like the UN. We have several races in my family, so I know. I'm not even going to get on that rant. But it's just, what principles do you stand on? There were times where, it wasn't so great. Which COVID, we all know how that went. That's another thing. I'm not going to talk on that. But, I wanted Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be president. I wanted him to run. He wanted to start investigating a bunch of stuff as far as money-wise goes. And he had a lot of great points. And he did what most people should do. Not saying endorse who he did, but I'm saying he thought Donald Trump was the better person to run the country, so he endorsed him and he stepped down. And I agreed with him. Because in the end, our country did do a lot better. A lot more countries respected the United States of America when Donald Trump was in office. He didn't bow to foreign leaders. Yeah, the Iraq war was going on when he was in office, but he didn't start it. He didn't start any new wars. That war went on for 20 years. And I am no expert on it. I'm not putting it out to be an expert opinion. But the way it was handled was poorly. The way soldiers all got brought home, which was great. It was needed. But the way it was done, by pulling everyone out, leaving everything there, was incorrect. And like I said, I'm not saying this as a person that is an expert on that stuff, because I'm not. That's not what I am paid to do. One thing I'd like to see done different, because I deal with it, and no candidate brings it up, is workman's comp reform. Okay? Because what I did for 18 years, I can no longer do. And then it's like, figure it out. It's on me to figure out a different career, not by my choice. Because what happened to me, I can't change it. And no one wants to bring up, well, we should put things in place to help people to get somewhat back to where they were at, career-wise. And there's nothing. Once again, the U.S. government let me down. Let millions of other people in the United States, legitimate people that got hurt at work, out of their control, not talking about, say someone sprained their ankle at work or something like that. I'm talking about people that legitimately got hurt at work. There's nothing the U.S. government does for you. And I'd like to hear a candidate talk about that. Talk about one that didn't really get brought up either by either candidate. It should, but the mental health issues in this country that gets avoided. It's something that just doesn't get talked about. But hopefully, because these last 4 years, nothing's changed from it. But say if Trump did get elected and he made healthcare more affordable to where you can pay for it. Because the last place I worked at, they offered it, but even they told me, find your own health care because ours is all we could get for you guys, and it did nothing for you. It was one of those great government programs. The drug problem. The United States has a horrible opiate problem, just broad term I'll use, because not getting all, and fentanyl. Fentanyl issue. And I would like to see one of the people running our countries try to fix that. Which is not going to be one of those overnight economies fixed, everyone can afford to live again. But start putting stuff in place, and over the last 3.5 years, it's only gotten worse. It's gotten more, America needs to be woke, it needs to be woke. Well, I think America is awake because we are tired of getting treated the way we were. We're tired of us working for the government and the government not working for us. And just the way everything goes. People just can't, it's just the way this country's going is not great. And hopefully there's some changes. Like I said, I could care less who the candidate is that would better our country. Democrat, Republican, whatever. Their political party, independent, libertarian, whatever their political party is, I could care less. Just fix what's going on. That is all that I care about. I don't care if you're a man, woman, 50 years old, 60 years old. It don't matter. Figure of speech, you got 4 arms. It doesn't matter if you can fix this stuff. But also, when it comes to the election, if the person you wanted didn't win, move on with your life. It sucks. It sucks, but it's like, okay, back to the way this stuff's going. And change the other officials that you elect every 2 years. Stop letting people be, and if you don't like the way it's going, don't let people vote against the politicians that's been up there for 30, 40 years that's done nothing but collected a paycheck off of you and worked less time than you had to. Because it's not right. Nothing that goes on is right. That's why, like I said, I used to be a big conservative Republican because a lot of those views I aligned with. But after the way it all went, I found about the Libertarian Party, and I am more aligned with a lot of their views of take care of our own. The government works for us, not us work for the government. They do their thing, we do ours, we stay out of it. And just, it's crazy the world we live in now. This little rant may not have made any sense whatsoever, but in closing, all I want to say is just go out and exercise your right to vote, and vote off of principles, not vote off of emotions. Because that's where a lot of people have problems with. They just vote, well, I don't like the way that person talks. I don't like the way this person... Vote for who you think will do the better, has better ideas that line up with your life of how to actually fix things. Not say I'm going to fix things now, even though I've been second in command. But that's just my views on it. I may be wrong. There may be some people listen to it, but it is what it is. And don't lose friends or family over this election time. If they want to vote Republican, love them. If they want to vote Democrat, love them. Treat everyone with respect. That's the joys of our country, is we're all allowed to have our own views on stuff. These are my views. If you align with them, align with them. If not, It is what it is. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.